welcome. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the first episode of 3 Times the Podcast. Give it to me 1 time. Give it to me 2 times. Give it to me 3 times. It's going to be a great one. We're going to try and do this in 1 take without any editing. But I just want to say welcome. This has been a passion project of mine. Ain't nothing to it but just to start hitting record, and it just gets better over time. But we're gonna jump right into it. Not gonna waste your time. This actually might be a short episode, as you can imagine, but let's get into it. So how this is gonna go down is we're gonna talk about shit that I know about, basically games, movies, all that fun stuff, some worldly news. We'll talk about some life tips and things like that, and we'll just go along with it. So, without further ado, let's go. We're going to open up with a quote. This one is from Ed Lattimore. Never try too hard to make people like you. In fact, it doesn't matter if people like you or not. Be your best self, and it will attract the best people for you. This is the power of authenticity. Authenticity, ladies and gentlemen, a quote by Ed Lattimore. Now let's do a couple of breathing exercises. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Big breath. And then out. 3 times the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We work on your mind, your body, and your soul. It's gonna feel good. Let's jump into it. Entertainment. Starting off with our gaming section. My favorite topics to talk about. The new consoles are here, PS5 and Xbox Series X. They're on the way, ladies and gentlemen. What side are you on? Personally, I am an Xbox man. However, I will be looking into getting a gaming PC, building my own gaming PC. Exciting times. I've always grown up on Xbox from the original one, Xbox 360, and then I got an Xbox One X that is sitting in my living room right now. My little brother has an Xbox. My family loves Xbox, all that fun stuff. But we never been, we've always been multi-platform. We always grew up with Nintendo and Xbox mainly. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, they're both pretty good consoles. But it looks, unbiased opinion here, it looks like Xbox may take the dub this console generation with their lineup. You saw that they just purchased Rockstar, and if you're not familiar with who Rockstar is, they make not Rockstar. Bleh, I'll have Rockstar on the brain. We're gonna do this in 1 take. Bethesda. I don't know why I had Rockstar on the brain. Go figure. But Bethesda, they just purchased Bethesda. If you're not familiar with what Bethesda or who they are, they're the studio behind Skyrim, the whole Elder Scrolls series, Doom, Dishonored. Who else? The big one. Fallout. I never played any Fallout. The only Bethesda games I've really ever played, I tried my hand at Doom, didn't really like it, but I played Skyrim. I played that a whole lot on the 360. So I'm really excited about this acquisition and what it means for games at Xbox, because I am gonna be honest with you, Xbox has no games. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Xbox has no games. I try to defend Xbox as much as I can, but oof. That library do be lacking. I mean, other than like multi-platform games and like games that you can play like over and over that you'll never get tired of. Like, I'm a huge Halo fan, but that just gets old after a while, as you can imagine. Especially now, Halo Infinite is pushed back and it's not even a launch title. Scary things. But, you know, they're right around the corner. They're launching in November. They got different. I can't even think about the pricing and the models like that, but you probably already seen the news and all that. The new generation is here. 4K everything, ladies and gentlemen. The new generation is here. But let's talk about something else. Rocket League, one of my favorite games, has gone free to play. I play it mainly on my Xbox. I just recently reached level 100. You know, real sweaty, certified sweat in Rocket League. But also, now that it's free to play, I downloaded it on my Switch. It runs pretty smooth. No really any hiccups. The account link up was pretty good. It syncs all your data. Controls are tight. I mean, it's not a graphically heavy game, so it's not gonna blow your Switch up. About 2 games will knock it down 10%. So I mean, you'll get like, what is that, 10%? You'll get like 20 games off of a full battery. And that's not too bad. I would imagine that you're gonna be playing 20 games back to back to back like that. So Rocket League on the Switch, pick it up, or actually on any platform. Rocket League's a really great game, really slept on even. It's one of my favorites, but you can now pick it up anywhere except for mobile devices, of course. You can pick it up anywhere. Rocket League, go try it out. Among Us is a new game on the streets, hitting the PC and mobile markets. Among Us, it's free on your phone. You can get it on iPhone and Android. I play it on my iPhone. Sometimes it's really fun. It's also $5 on Steam. Basically what it is, you are part of a crew on a ship, and you have to find the imposters before basically they find you. You do different tasks around the ship to fill up your meter. If you fill up your meter before and the imposters kill everybody, you're good to go. But if the imposters kill everybody, or vice versa, you find all the imposters, either side wins. Really fun game in my opinion. You definitely want to get a dedicated crowd for it. You can join like public lobbies and things like that. You can make your own things like that. You can set the rules if you make your own. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a great game to pick up. It'll grab your attention for a little while, but it's a really great game. Once again, that is Among Us, free on mobile devices, and it is $5 on Steam. Ain't no telling when it's going to come to console, but it has to be pretty soon, I would hope, because this is a really small game, and it being free on mobile markets, they're making their money through microtransactions. So if it can come to the consoles, even if it's free, it'd be definitely something that you can sink some money, at least for like, it's basically just cosmetics that you're spending your money on. But still, it's a really great game. Go check it out, Among Us. Moving on. My game of the week. The game I've been playing the most this week is actually it's not really old, but it's pretty old. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I've been playing that. I downloaded it one time when it was like $5 because I wanted to get ready for Cyberpunk 2077. That's about to come out next month. I think it's like November 17th, 19th, or something like that. But Deus Ex: Mankind Divided is part of a series. It's part of a trilogy, actually. But basically, it's a single-player game. I wouldn't call it a first-person shooter, because not all shooting. You do investigations and stealth and things like that. It's a really fun game. But mainly why I downloaded it and started to play it so I could get ready for Cyberpunk 2077, because they basically have the same gameplay model, except Cyberpunk is more... what's what I'm looking for? It's more of an RPG. It's more of an RPG where you play a single character in Deus Ex. But if you're really wanting to scratch that Cyberpunk itch, I recommend go checking out Deus Ex to kind of get that kind of like gameplay feel for it. It's really fun. It's really fun. Keep in mind, this game is like at least 10 years old. So it's a little dated, especially with the animations and loading times and things like that. But I'm playing it on my Xbox, and it runs pretty nice. It has crashed a couple times, strangely enough. I'm not sure what is up with that. Like, the game will just quit. But go figure. That's how it goes sometimes. So that's what I've been playing, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, just to get ready for Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, that's going to be game of the year. I feel it. I love that whole aesthetic. I love that 80s like retro and fucking I just love it. I just want to melt in it. So Cyberpunk 2077, game of the year, is coming out soon. But if you want to get ready for it, I recommend go checking out Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. What else for gaming? Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've done something that I never thought I would do within this lifetime. Hold on. Just gonna take a drink of water. I have started PC gaming. Yes, me, a console pleb, has seen the light of mouse and keyboard. I recently downloaded, because my laptop, actually the laptop I'm using now, has an NVIDIA graphics card in it. It's a Core i7, so it can handle a pretty decent game. I've been playing Apex with my friend Gio. He plays on PS4 and I play on PC, and sometimes I'll live stream that. and I had my first game with mouse and keyboard last night. And ladies and gentlemen, I've seen the light. It's really great. Obviously, if I had an actual dedicated gaming PC, it would be. But that's on the list. But yeah, so that's a new development in my life as far as gaming goes. I found gaming PC. Can't see the mouse. This is my little gaming mouse. But anyways, so that's a new development. More on that at another episode. Moving on, as far as entertainment goes, we're moving on to movies and TV. Haven't seen any movies, as you can imagine. Movie theaters are still shut. Well, actually, no, they're back up. I really wanted to go see Tenet, but I just couldn't bring myself to go out there, so I'll probably just wait till I pick that up when it hits DVD or something. I heard it's been really good. Tenet is the new Christopher Nolan film about, I think it has to do with like time travel, time manipulation, something like that. Real trippy shit. But if you've ever seen, what's that called? Oh my God. Inception. That's also a Christopher Nolan film. So think along those lines. If you liked Inception, you'll probably love Tenet. Yeah. So I wish I could have checked that out while I was in theaters, but I probably have to skip that because, Corona will not let us be great out here at all. But I have watched some movies at home. I recently watched Good Time, which is an A24 film. I'm a huge fan of those types of films. It's directed by the Safdie brothers, and if you're not familiar who they are A24 directors. They made Uncut Gems, so it's kind of like that type of movie, but it was really good. It stars Robert Pattinson. He's really the main star of it all. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's really good. It's not terribly long. It definitely moves at a good pace. It's kind of like a thriller, but it's a really good movie. It's a little depressing. I had to take a break from it when I started watching because I was like, ugh, this is kind of killing my mood. But then I came back to it and finished it out. It was really good. So Good Time. That's the most recent movie I've seen. It's on Netflix, Amazon Prime. I think it's on Hulu. I don't know. But go check out Good Time if you want a nice little thriller movie. Anyways, but a show that I've been melting in, that I've been so enthralled in, is The Boys on Amazon Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, do not sleep on this fucking show. It is sorry y'all, I just ate. It is top tier, god tier. It is 100% certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes, any review, 10 out of 10, 4 thumbs up. The Boys has 2 seasons on Amazon Prime. If you love things like The Incredibles, The Avengers, Deadpool, you remember a movie called Sky High, you remember, if you watch anime, My Hero Academia, put all that together, but make it like R-rated with like blood and guts. It's about when superheroes go bad. Like superheroes are celebrities in this world, and they get into some spooky stuff. The Boys, oh, it's so good. Each episode is about an hour long. There's like 8 or 9 episodes in a season. But sink your teeth into it. I'm trying to spread the gospel of The Boys. Oof, that show is just so good. The acting, the writing, the character development, the music, everything. They really hit the mark with The Boys. Like I said, it's 2 seasons exclusive, Amazon Prime exclusive. So if you're a broke boy and don't have Amazon Prime Video, I suggest you go to your mama's house, go to your girlfriend's house, go to your best friend's house or something. Get their Amazon Prime account and watch The Boys. Watch it together. It's not horrible that you can't watch it with your family. It's not. There's a lot of blood and guts and things like that, but it's so well done that most of it's really warranted. There's nothing that's like left hanging or just thrown in just because. But oof, that's enough of me gushing about The Boys. Go watch it on Amazon Prime. I'll get my friend Gio on here. He watched it. I got him into the show, and he just recently finished watching it. So we might do a review. Spoilers, because it's a review, but there'll be a spoiler review coming up soon on both seasons. But more on that later. Moving on to the music section, a couple albums, not even a couple, a lot of albums have dropped. Some notable albums that I've been listening to that I really enjoyed. Detroit 2 by Big Sean. I'm a huge Big Sean fan. Go listen to his album Detroit 2. I just love the message that Big Sean brings in that whole entire album. He talks about some personal stuff. He talks about some real stuff. He's got some club bangers, some hype music. If you've been watching the NBA Finals, his track was that Don Life. Don Life with Lil Wayne was always playing. It goes yeah, that track. That's off of his new album. So go check out Detroit 2 by Big Sean. He's got a little bit of everything for everybody. Mama's Boy by Laney, one of my favorite little boy bands. They dropped Mama's Boy. It's a total vibe album. It's got some for the lovers, some for the loveless, some for people who miss their parents. That's why it's called Mama's Boy. It's a real, I wouldn't call it grassroots, but it really taps into the core, into the feelings of the band and the guys who are in it. So it's a real feel good album. Go check out even some of their merch. I have a couple of their shirts. Even I'm a real big Laney supporter, as you can imagine. But yeah, their album Mama's Boy is really good. Definitely an album I would listen to. It's an album for all day. It's kind of like an evening album. Kind of leans more into that, but you can really listen to it all day. It's really got some upbeat stuff. It's even got some sad stuff. But go listen to it. What else we got? Sorry, I gotta look on the Spotify to see what music that I've been saving. As far as music goes, I'll probably do like another episode talking about my favorite albums and stuff throughout the year. But Savage Mode 2. Oh, can't miss that. Savage Mode 2 by 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin produced the whole thing, and it's really just 21 Savage's, I guess you can call it an album, joint project, or whatever you want to call it. That dropped as well. I'm not a huge 21 Savage fan, but the production, I'm a huge Metro Boomin fan. His production, his beats, his music is always on top. So go check that out if you want to listen, if you're a 21 Savage fan. But that's really been about it as far as music goes, I think. Hold on. Singles. I mean, everybody knows what music has dropped. Go look at your Spotify. You know that fun stuff. I'm just telling you what I've been listening to. I might put you on to some bangers and whatnot. But more on that later. So, into the news section of this podcast. Worldly happenings. We have coronavirus, of course. Not going to talk too much about that. But we are also in voting season, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are across the pond on the other side of the world, we are in the U.S. We are getting ready to elect our new presidents and things and such. All I gotta say is, man, go out there and vote. Use your voice. And if it's not too late, go register to vote. All my listeners better be registered to vote, or I'm pulling up with a pow, pow. Not really, but go register to vote. Our season is almost around the corner to elect our people who will lead this country. I don't care. This is not look. This is not the time to try and be edgy and be like, oh, it doesn't matter, or I don't like to think about politics. No. See, I used to be like that. But y'all, there's a lot of things at stake in this next election. People's ways of life, people's health, families, jobs, a lot of things are on the line. Our very future is on the line. So go register to vote, and you better be casting those mail-in ballots. Go early vote if you can. Just exercise your right, exercise your voice. Nobody is going to be left out. All right? What else we got? Man, that's about it with the worldly happenings. Wash your hands and go register to vote and go vote. That's kind of the meat and potatoes of the worldly happenings. That's all we got right now. World's not too exciting. Oh, and no littering and no fucking gender reveals that involve anything other than, I don't know, a balloon. That's all you get at your gender reveals. A fucking balloon. A balloon filled with helium. Actually, don't even fill it with helium. Don't let that shit float anywhere. Just fill it with your own air, tie it up, and then pop that hoe as soon as you're done. All right? That's all we need. We don't need any more. The hills were on fire in California. If you haven't heard, A gender reveal went wrong with some fucking pyrotechnics and set half of California on fire. I stress this not. And no more. No fucking more. All right, everybody's tired of the world being on fire left and right. All right, it's already bad enough in the fucking environment. All right, don't be doing any crazy shit. No littering, none of that. Use your recyclables, people. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my camera. We love our Mother Earth around here. I get heated about those types of things, but we're not gonna get too much into it because you probably already heard it. But you gotta hear it from me too. You gotta hear it from me. Take care of your environment. If you see trash on the side, if you're walking by, pick it up, put it away. Consider about removing most of the plastics from your home. Like me, I stopped buying water bottles. I stopped buying straws and plasticware and things like that. Trying to be zero plastic waste around here. So yeah, environmental tips. But anyway, so we're moving on from worldly happenings, and we're gonna move on to the life section. Basically what this is, I give little life tips and things like that. This is also a section where I'll have a Q&A, so I'll probably put out like something asking for questions for the podcast, something that you want answered or you want my opinion on. I'm a pretty worldly guy. I try to keep a neutral head, a level head about most things, and I've heard that I give great advice on things. So if you ever have questions, send them my way. If not, I'll be putting out like a message or something, asking for questions that you want answered. But as far as life tips go, fall is here. We are in full swing of the season, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite time of the year. But one thing you got to do in the fall and in the winter, really all the time, you should be doing this all the time, is moisturize. Break out the lotion, the Carmex, the Vaseline, the good soap. You can never over moisturize when these temperatures start dropping. Oof, it ain't cute, especially for my my good people with the melanin out there. You know how it is. You know how it is. Always classy, never ashy. All right. Especially now that we're washing a lot more due to Corona. Well, you should be washing your ass and your hands all the time, but we're probably washing a lot more when you come home. And that dries your skin out, so it's not a bad time to over moisturize. All right, stock up on that lotion and that soap. All right. And so that's about it for my life tips. That's kind of, don't want to beat it. I want to beat a dead horse. Let me get some water. Oh Lord. But so I have a little story for y'all. I guess this is gonna kind of go into the life tip section. If something miraculous that I observe happen, sometimes the world just lines up in a good way, and you just gotta share it with people. I don't want to withhold information or keep y'all. I guess it's more for motivation. If I feel something that should be shared that can motivate somebody, that somebody can relate to, I'm gonna share it. So this is me sharing just a quick little story about gratitude. So basically, a couple weeks ago, I had what happened? So a couple weeks ago, I had went to a bar in town here, completely on a whim. I almost didn't go. I almost didn't go to this bar. It was rainy, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out. I'm going to watch the game because at the time the Celtics were playing the Heat, and the series was, I think it was tied or something. But I was going to watch the Celtics play at this bar. It was just me, just rolling alone, and I'm just chilling by the bar. And there's this guy there, and I just noticed he was like he wasn't like overly talkative, but I knew he was like trying to get my attention. And so he's like, I think I've seen you somewhere. Do you do like basketball games and things like that? So I was like, yeah, I'm the host over at the basketball for the Trojans, Little Rock Trojans. So he was like, that's where I recognize you from. I'm always sitting up in the booths and things like that. And he was like, you do a great job, man. I just want to say that. I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. So I had a little celebrity moment. That's not the first time that's happened, but it's the first time I guess I connected with somebody at a bar like that. So long story short, I found out that he's kind of, I wouldn't call him a bigwig, but he's a big mover and shaker around town. He does like real estate financing and things like that. And so we exchanged information and things like that. So that was a really cool time. And I almost didn't go. That's the funny thing about it. I almost didn't go to that bar. I almost went home. But something in my spirit was like, you know what? No. You said you want to go out and do something. Go out and do something. Have a good time. And so I did. And what do you know? You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who's watching. And then in that same week, that happened like on Wednesday, and then come Friday, I'm at work, right? And at work we deal with a lot of wealthy types. That's all I'll say. And I wouldn't call him. It's not our founder, but the boss of all the bosses, his son comes there. And so I'm in the locker room. I'm a locker room manager at my work, which is a lot more glamorous than it sounds, I promise, but we're not gonna talk about that. But so the son of the bosses, the son of the bosses of all bosses, he frequents up there. And so he comes into the locker room, and out of nowhere, as he's leaving, he's like, "Hey, how long you been here?" I've been here for about 3 months now. He's like, "Okay, you from around here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from Little Rock." He's asking me where I graduate from, things like that. And so we just shoot the shit for a little while. And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I think," and he says, "I think you're doing a really great job. Keep it up. It's glad to have you here." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's really cool." Oh my goodness. That just really just made my night. Cause he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go out of his way. He's usually a really quiet person. That's the thing about it. Like he just goes on about his way. But he stopped and talked to me and told me I was doing a good job. And coming from the son of the bosses of all the bosses, that's major. That's really major. That really made my night. So what that all ties into is practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. I was really grateful for those experiences, but I'm really grateful to be who I am and to be in these positions, that I can service these people and really make my face, my name known. So I'm really grateful for that. But my final point that I also want to tie into is, you never know who's watching. So always put your best foot forward. Always put yourself out there. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the people around you, and be authentic. Because you never know who's watching. You'll influence a lot of people. A lot of people will ask you your name. They'll spread your name and things like that. They'll go out of your way to compliment you. So if you're doing all of that, life will be good. Yes, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen every time that you do something great, but it stacks up. People notice. All right. So always put your best foot forward and be grateful to be where you are. All right. So that's all I wanted to talk about that. So I recently got tested for coronavirus. I'm negative, by the way. I'm negative. All my tests came back negative. But this is the first time we had a small little outbreak at work. Not gonna talk about it too much. Don't want to violate anything. But I recently got tested 3 times for coronavirus in the span of 2 days. Boy, that shit is rough. It's not as bad as people will make it seem, because we had to do they stick the shit up your nose. It's definitely not fun. I'm built for this type of shit, but man, they jammed that thing in there. So basically, when everybody found out we had the outbreak at work, we all had to go get rapid tests at the center. So we got the rapid test, which they stick the thing in your nose. And that's good. So if your rapid test comes back negative, you gotta go take another test that has a longer window of results. It's like 3 days. And so if your rapid test, which mine did, it came back negative, they have to do the second test. And the second test is not fun. It's worse than the first time because they use a different kind of swab and they get up in there. But that also came back negative. And so, yes. And then we had to take a third test where everybody had to come up to work in their cars, and we did drive-by testing. And I'm not sure why they didn't do this before, but it was self-administered, and we didn't have to nose rape ourselves. All right, we just kind of stuck it in there and just swabbed around. I don't know why they didn't do that before. They put us through a lot. All right. It was my off day, and I had to go get shit stuck up my nose. As you can tell, I'm a little heated about it. But, so yeah, I've had my coronavirus test experience, and your boy came back negative. The coronavirus ain't gonna catch me slipping. I wash my hands. I carry hand sanitizer everywhere. I have like 10,000 masks. Keep it clean around here. You know how it is. I bought cleaning products once. That's the joy of living alone. I bought cleaning products once. Never really had to buy them again. And I've been here for about 3 years. So that's that. So that's my coronavirus experience. Scary, scary stuff. Just wrapping up. This is the last point of the live section. Product recommendations. I'm gonna try and do this at least every episode. If I find a product that has really changed my life, I'll recommend it here. So my product this week is Shea Moisture African Bar Black Soap. It's really good. Hold on, I'm about to go get it. Holy cow. I should have prepared better for this, but I told y'all we're only going to do one take. All right, we're going to try and do one take. But this little baby right here, this is Shea Moisture African Black Soap. And the reason it's called that because the bar of soap itself is black. Is it charcoal based? I don't remember. It probably has charcoal in it, but it's also with shea butter. It's natural ingredients. I discovered this through recommendation by the Black Hokage, which is a streamer, a content creator that I watch all the time. He recommended this product one time, and it's been about a year and a half that I've been using this. The bar soap itself, they have like different products. I'm pretty sure most of y'all can be familiar with the Shea Moisture line of products. They're really popular within the black community. It's kind of tailored towards our skin types and our hair textures and things like that. But they make products for everybody. Don't get me wrong. But I've been using their bars of soap. Oof, that stuff is amazing. First of all, it smells good. It smells amazing. It cleans great. It's hard to find, believe it or not. I order a 4-pack off of Amazon. These big bars that come in 4 packs. It is actually cheaper to get them in packs off of Amazon, but you can find them in the store for I think it's like $8 a bar. Crazy, right? But anyway, this is the soap I use for my skin. It cleans really great. It lasts about a month and a half. I shower at least 2 or 3 times a day, especially if I come home from the gym or whatnot. But they have like a body scrub that you can use, a body wash. I also use their facial scrub about twice a week when I need to exfoliate. But that's not the product. This bar of soap is the product. Use African Black Soap. I'll probably link it somewhere. I'll give you the link if you want it. But you can find it on Amazon in packs of 4. My only downside to it is I wouldn't say it stains, but it leaves residue because it's I'm not sure if it has charcoal in it. But since the soap is black, when it washes off your body, it can leave just a soapy residue. So you'll have to clean your tub a lot more, especially if you shower or anything like that. You'll find yourself cleaning your shower and tub a lot more if you use this black bar of soap. But that just means it's working. So Shea Moisture African Black Soap is my product recommendation for this episode. Closing out. That is it for the life section. This will probably be longer when I get more in depth with these episodes. But we're moving on to our last section, which is shower thoughts. These are thoughts that I have that are like really profound. At least I think they're profound. I don't know if you might think they're profound, but this is the shower thoughts section. It's the things that get your gears turning. Just like, man, I need answers. So my shower thought of the week is who the hell is keeping Game Exchange in business? If you're not familiar with Game Exchange, well, I don't know what to tell you. Game Exchange is for the OGs, okay? That's for the OG gamers. If you don't know about the Game Exchange, this ain't for you. But basically, Game Exchange was GameStop before GameStop was GameStop, all right? They were scamming people before, but Game Exchange was wholesome, all right? Game Exchange was wholesome. They did it for a cause. But who the hell is keeping game exchanges in business? So if you haven't been paying attention to the news, GameStop has filed for I think they filed for bankruptcy. Basically, GameStop was about to be extinct, or is still about to be extinct. They've been closing stores left and right. Their stock prices have fallen. Their CEO quit. It's been a shit show for GameStop. But you never hear about Game Exchange. Never hear anything about Game Exchange. So I want to know who the hell is keeping Game Exchange in business. I need answers. All right, is it a front? Are they running drugs, guns? What's going on? What's going on? Somebody fill me in on what's going on with Game Exchange, because I've never seen a Game Exchange store close down. I've never heard anything about them in the news. What's going on? But that's it. That is it. I skipped a section. Hold on. I have hot takes. Hot takes. So the purpose of the hot take is to get you talking. All right. Controversial. All right. So here's my hot take for this episode. And don't you crucify me with a comment or anything. Well, I guess you can't, because that's the point of the hot take. But I don't give a fuck. If you choose not to get if you choose not to get your fucking shots, all right, at your job that offers them for free. I'm talking about the flu shots, at least, because I know plenty of people who do not get their flu shots. I was like, oh, I don't believe in that and stuff like that. All right, even if it's free, a little poke in your arm. That's ground. If you choose not to get these things, that should be grounds for termination at your job. At your job, especially if your job is offering them to you for free. My guy or my girl, you're putting people in danger because you don't believe in getting shots. Then carry on. But that's just my hot take. That's just my hot take. If you're not getting your free shots, people, what the hell are you doing? Why are you putting us in danger? That should just be grounds for termination. But that's none of my business. That's up to whoever is your manager. I don't make the rules. I still get my shots. I don't care, because I'm not taking any chances. You can't look at me crazy and think, oh, he didn't get his shots. All right. But anyways, oh my gosh, talking a lot. Also, drink lots of water. Drink lots of water, people. Hydrate yourselves. But anyway, that is closing out this episode. I guess you can call it episode, this video, this recording, or whatever, of 3 times the podcast. I thank you all for listening to me ramble for the past, half hour or so. They'll probably be longer. They'll probably be shorter than this. It'll probably go in this fashion. It'll only get better from here. But I thank you all for tuning in to my first episode. This means a lot to me. This has really been a passion project that's been sitting in the back of my mind. I've been wanting to record something. I'm getting more into content creation, especially streaming and getting my YouTube up and running. But I'll provide you all with links to all that in the near future, as soon as I get branding under control and get a steady schedule. But you've just witnessed the first episode of this podcast. It's been great. I thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on 3 times the podcast. Give it to me 1 time. Give it to me 2 times. Give it to me 3 times. Peace out, y'all. Thank you.